Well, the war in Gaza has touched thousands of lives back in Britain, most directly, of course, those with relatives in Gaza or Israel. The conflict has also been reflected in and created divisions in British society and in our politics.
I won't let go till the end.
At this event for Israeli hostages in London tonight, there was a reminder that while the war hasn't reached Britain, the conflict has. This heckler was only briefly held by police and later released, as the rally returned to focusing on those who still haven't been let go.
This is Omri, my brother-in-law, holding my niece Roni.
Moshe's brother-in-law was dragged into Gaza, leaving his wife and children behind.
People need to understand that these are human beings. Omri is a human being, my nieces are human beings, my sister is a human being. They all suffered tremendously on October 7th. Omri has been suffering for 468 days in captivity. You can relate to that, you can show empathy towards each other, but you need to stop with the accusation games. We are not the politicians, we are not the decision makers.
For 15 months, the war has been waged on a political front here.
To my mind, there's only one way to describe those marches. They are hate marches.
Whether via protest or parliament, it has repeatedly drawn British communities into conflict.
As a visible Muslim with a hijab on, now I do feel scared.
But while the anger and anguish have been visible, there is a quieter feeling among those who call Britain home but will always be drawn to their birthland.
This is Mustafa and Zaina. They lost their mum and dad.
Bassem has lost 40 relatives in Gaza. Others have been orphaned. Along with the grief, there is guilt.
I managed to speak to my sister 5 days ago. After 6 months, I couldn't reach her. She's now in Gaza City. I was happy. I was excited. Hey, I'm happy that I spoke to you. And I had an egg in my hand here, eating an egg. He said, "What you are eating?" I said, I realized for a second that I'm eating an egg. He said, "Lucky you."
Do you feel guilt? You carry guilt?
I do. What I should do, even this one, I failed them.
Tonight, there is protest again in central London. A ceasefire may not end the exchange of hostilities here. Paul Brand, News at 10.